Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ. This was the letter that I sent out this past week about the NASDAQ making a high. Folks, it has not taken that high out as of yet. That was taken out on last Monday, And also, it's been, even though it hasn't gone to new highs, it's still near the high. But that's what we're looking at right here. Folks, I firmly believe, and this is my opinion, that we are looking at the same pattern that we had in the stock market on March the 5th of 2009. This is an upside down version of it. On that one, it was 3 drives to a bottom. This one is 3 drives to a top. Now, what I'm going to do now is just to go over some of these with you. First, I just already talked to you about the Russell. We're almost there at 2289 again. Could make 2296, and it could make 2315. But I just think this is where it's coming into it. So let's take a look here at the Dow Jones. Okay, that's the one that we're watching. Now, the Dow Jones, you see, there was the high that we made on the 3rd, okay? That was the holiday day. This was the 4th of July holiday. We never took that high out, and all we've done so far today, and we've been here for 3 hours, right at the 78% level of this whole move down. That's what we're looking at with the Dow Jones. I've already showed you the Russell. Now we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ. As we look at the NASDAQ here, we'll get up here and you'll be able to see it really quickly. There's where we are. The NASDAQ did take the high out here just the other day by just a couple of ticks. Remember, we look at that ABCD, that was just 2 days ago. And all we did today was make a perfect, hard to believe, isn't it? A, B, C, D to the downside. And here's where we are right now. Okay. Now, the next one we want to look at, we took the Dow, the NASDAQ. I think that's all we need. Dow, cash S&P. This is the one that's really important because this is the one that looks the most like the bottom from 2009. There it is right there. There's the first gap, as you can see right here. There's another gap that was right there, that's jumping around a bit. There's one right here. And then there was one right here. And we filled that gap. Okay, now we have not made a new high up here. You can see we're only a point away. Folks, I don't think it makes that much difference whether it makes a new high or not for 2 reasons. One, we got a lot of astro stuff coming in here today and tomorrow, and today's a full moon. So I think this is close enough to see. Let's just for kicks and giggles, just move on here and see if we've, going back to this level right here, we'll see how many of these, maybe these moon phases have been near, or highs have been near a full moon. Okay, here's a full moon right here. This was a high right on the full moon. That was back on the 11th. Okay, and here's a full moon that we have right here today. Right there, there's where we are. Full moon here. Here's a full moon here, but this was a monster breakout to the upside. So we'll move over just a little bit more. Here's a full moon right on the high. And here's a full moon right on the low. There's 1 2 day. This is not really too much on the new moon. There's your full moon right on the high. So it does have some play to it, but I don't know what happened to it, but evidently it disappeared. Anyway, I think this is it, and I firmly believe that. I did this way back here in 2009. This is the same pattern, folks. It's just upside down. That's all I'm looking at. So, well, if you want to buy it up here, I think it's okay. Now, we also talked this week about Goldman Sachs making this. Goldman Sachs is now trading below 700. There was a target. 1, 2, 3 drives to a top pattern. That was another one that we were looking at. But the key one, of course, was this one right here. Now, I recommended to buy, this is a PSQ, which is a ProShares short triple Q, okay? And I was recommending buying it at 33.57. There's where it was just the other day, and it's trading right now at 33.57. We've made a lower low on the week. We made a lower low on the daily, but it's still right there at that number, just like we're looking at when we're watching the NASDAQ. So these are things that I'm looking at. So take it for what it's worth. We're going to find out if any of these things work, because I think if something went wrong, can't do anything about that. Sorry about that, boys and girls. It's already messing up. Sorry. Anyway, this is what I think is happening, but that's like everybody has an opinion, and it usually smells. So let's get up here and see what else we've got here. Now, the other positions that we have been doing relatively well. Okay, now we're almost ready. Here's the S&P, and we're going to look at this closely because we're really close to taking out this high, which is at 33. You can see we're at 26. Okay, so we could take that out by just a little bit, but on the real, the overall, folks, look how close this is. I mean, this thing has got so many numbers up in here that it's amazing, and they all do. So it tells me that we're really close to something big. And, like I say, I could be wrong. Now, I had a nice trade today in the cattle. We were trying to buy some soybeans today, but they haven't been able to buy. We had a really nice pattern here in the gold that we just missed. We were trying to sell the gold today, missed it by just a heartbeat. You notice the similarities between these two moves right here. That's exactly what we were watching. That's your harmonic number that goes on. There it is right there. You can see it came right up here, misses this by $3, folks, and that's it. But you'll notice here that if you look at this and go back and look how many times it does it, you see that number, how it comes down exactly to that low right there and does it almost exactly right there, misses it by pretty much spot on, and then it goes up and hits it right to the upside. This is the harmony that's in the market for the gold, folks. If you follow that, it'll lead you to the promised land. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but that's what we're paying close attention to as we're watching it here today. Okay, now let's get this out of the way and see if we can bring up a couple other charts. I've got to straighten this out. Simon Only will be our guest here, Tile Vertical. I want to get into the we're almost here in the Russell again, folks. We're right there at the 289 level, right? Pretty much spot on, and we're almost ready to take this one out too here in the S&P. Now, what I did was, we had this. Let's just get this hourly chart. You'll be able to see because we had this. There was a big move that we had last week. Okay, there's where we came down. Right there was the 3rd of July. There was this move, 40 handles down, folks, from 90 handles down from that level right there. Okay, then we had the big ABCD move, and what we're doing now is we're going back to test that same high. It's all part of a major top, in my opinion, that we're looking at. So I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but that's what I'm paying attention to. So I have to give you the information that I see, and that's pretty much it. I wouldn't buy stock up here if they let me trade for free. That's how I feel about it. And could be wrong, too. Let's take a break, and we'll get to talk about the foreign currency markets a little bit, and we're going to save the other stuff for Cy when we get to the corn, wheat, and beans. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, bear with me here for just a second. I want to I can't get it up. Just a second here. Hold on. I want to get this maximum if I can get all the data in. No, it doesn't have enough data in this group here to really look at it. But this is a historic day for me, folks. It was actually 51 years ago today. It was the 17th of July. I was sitting in the leaning against my new car there in the what's the name? The Promenade. What was the name of that thing? Right, it used to be. It became Beverly Hills Rodeo Drive. It was right on Rodeo Drive. It didn't have all the shops at that time, but I was leaning up against the car, and it was 1974, and I had more money than I never thought. I hit the $1 million mark, folks, and I started with 30 grand, 10 years before, 65, 66, somewhere in that ballpark, and got really lucky. And I was sitting there, and I had tears in my eyes because I had everything I ever wanted, and I really felt sad because I didn't know what to do next. And believe it or not, folks, 7 weeks later, I owed Conti Commodity $2,700. And it was my best trade ever because I didn't have any idea what I was doing. All I was doing was, buying these lower bottoms, and when it went up, I bought it. I was following everybody else. It was a grain robbery, or the Russian grain robbery. But when the market started down, I was looking at 8-day cycles, and an 8-day cycle would come in, it'd rally for 2 days and go down for 6. Well, you do that for 6 weeks and you're out of money. And I got blown out on October of that year. On the low day, I think I had 8 contracts of cattle left, and that left me with a debit balance of $2,800. Back in those days, it was before CFTC. That didn't come along until 85. And it was really up to the Bling, remember whether they allow you to trade in a debit, and they said, trade whatever you want to do because you made a lot of money, you paid a lot of commission. So I said, nope, I'm going to study. And so I studied the Gartley book for a whole year, and then I found the soybean oil trade. It was my best trade ever, getting knocked out like that, because then I really appreciated the value of money. And here we are coming to an anniversary like that, and I'm making another prediction, just like I did on May 5th of 2009, but I know a little bit more than I knew way back then, so I feel pretty good, actually. So that's what I'm watching here. So anyway, that's what I'm paying attention to, so we'll see what's going on. I met a lot of nice people along the way, and we're going to find out here whether we'll get this move out of the way here so I can see it right here. This was the coffee trade, folks. Coffee, remember down here at 77, red number, hit a high today, folks. Believe it or not, I'll bring it up to you and show you. Hit a high of 95 today. Went all the way up to 95. That's 30 handles 20 handles in coffee. That's quite a bit. Then it's backed off a little bit, but at least it started to the upside. So we're going to see if that moves a little bit. Now I have one other one that I want to share. Folks, if you can't do this trade, go find something else to do, okay? You're right here, right now on the daily. The measures are 289. This one's 296. The high today has only been 288.80. It hasn't even made 289 yet. If you can't do that trade, you can't do any trade. And your stop's got to be above here. But that's A, B, C, D, everything you got going. Now, if you were in the S&P, you probably would have got stopped out of it. But by golly, you got to move on to the next one, and we'll see what happens here. Hasn't made a new high as of yet. You see that high was 33.36, but it could certainly do that before it's all over. Now, we did miss one of our favorites, which was this one right here in the crude oil. Let me get this up here on the daily because we really wanted to sell that, but unfortunately, you can see here it only got as high as 68.94. We were trying to do it at 69.40, and as you can see, it had the big break to the downside. But if you were watching it early this morning, you had a pretty good chance because you can see here you had these lower tops in here. That's that 135 pattern that we look at, and here. One thing we always watch for. Look at this. We have the big break, right? Then you have the rally back. It rallies back, 60 points. And where does it stop at? Put that right there. Put that right there. And there's your 382. Stops right there. What does it do? It drops another $1,200. So, and then we have another one right here. I'll bet you this one's a 382 off of that other one. So let's just double check and see how close we came to that one. And there it is right there, almost to the exact tick. So these strong trending market, folks, they're really important. I'll be doing live trading tomorrow between 9 and 12, and we got a lot of things happening over here. One of them's going to be, I know you're not going to believe it, but I'm still looking at the old soybeans right here. Get this up here where we are. There's where we are. I want to be buying soybeans at $5.91. Like I say, if you can't do that one, you can't do any of them because that's AB equals CD, and it's right over the full moon. And the low so far has been 10.01, so it needs to get about another 20 cents lower. And if we could get that, that would really be nice. If we can get that tomorrow into the trading for the live trading, that would really be good. And as you look at this, we'll just do a little bit of some time stuff here to see what it looks like here. I'll blow it up a little bit here. And we're just going to do a quick measurement using this little tiny tool that we have here. How many 4-hour periods? There were 24 4-hour periods right here. That means it's an 8-day cycle right there coming down. Okay, so if that's the case, we just move this one over like this and go over to the high. Okay, the high is right there. There it is coming in. It's either going to be, tomorrow's 11th, and here we are. It'll either be 11th or the 14th, one of the two. So keep an eye on this one. This is a really good ABCD pattern in the thing. We know we bought it here. Thought we had a home run right there, but then the weather changed and bang, you ended up getting out break even. Some people lost a little bit, but now we're getting down to a place to get it. Si will talk to us more about the numbers that we have coming up. But the one I like best of all the grains is still the soybean oil, the Christmas soybean oil. Get this up here on the daily, and I'll bring this up so you can take a quick look at it here. It's not there yet, but boy, this will be as close to Christmas Day as you're ever going to get, folks. There's a 382 ABCD now. We're still 2 handles away, so it takes one bad day to get it down there, but watch that at 50.80. I got an order setting in right there. There's where we went limit bid. We haven't seen limit bid in soybean oil in, oh my God, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Anyway, that's it. Anyway, Cy will be coming up here, and I've got a few questions for him. He's got a tremendous access to weather and fundamental information, tariffs and stuff that we have nothing to add to that, other than that he really knows that. But the bean oil is one of the better, well, they're all good, the grain market, especially bean oil. You can see the ABCD patterns that fit really nicely with these, and so we got a big one coming up right in here. And not only that, it's taken almost a month. It has taken a month. It's taken a month to complete it. So let's hopefully, that's not a good trading word, but we can get it down in this area right here. We got a pretty good chance, I would think. Okay? So I think that's what we're watching here so far today. Let's check the old clock on the wall, see if we got enough time for Apple. Let's get that up. I think Mr. Cook is going to be on his way out. I heard on the news this morning. Makes him $1 billion bucks, and then they're going to fire him. Gotta love it, right? Okay, here's that. You'll take a look at Apple as we take the break.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're back, folks. We're waiting for Cy to get hooked up here. Hopefully it'll be soon. Here was our corn trade. If you remember, then it was down against us. Then it made us almost $900. And then, of course, the thing came in and we got knocked out of it. Cy told me up in this area here, he didn't like that. He thought corn was going to go to $3.80 a bushel, and it's only 35 cents away. Corn hasn't been that low, folks, in about a very, very long time, but they can still go there without any trouble at all. Now, I do want to mention the one about the soybeans, because I do like that soybeans trade. I'm going to be trading this for a pattern. I'm not trading it for a long-term position. It's just a pattern that lines up absolutely perfectly, and that's what I'll be watching. You can see here, it's setting up. Let's do the 4 hours so we can see more time with it right here. And there's what we're looking at right there. Now, this has some good things going for it. Now, it's still bearish, but now we have higher bottoms. You see, we're coming into the 78% level from way back here in April, and there it comes in at 992. That's down 20 cents from where it is right now. Been coming down hard for quite a few days, and that's what we're watching here to see if we get to that level. Now, I don't do anything with the fundamentals, but Cy knows that stuff. He's got, he's got all kinds of, he's got everything. I mean, he runs the Farm Bureau. I don't know how many millions of acres he has, but he runs the hedging operation for farmers. That's what he does. He shows them how to go to the bank, get their money, get their corn, get it hedged, and that's how they make a living. So that's hopefully we'll be on here, but he is very busy, and if he can't make it today, we'll get him for another time. So that's what we're watching here in the soybeans. And another one that I liked that made us some money earlier, but has not performed well lately, and that is the wheat market. You can see here, we've had some really good trades in this wheat over a period of time. Let's just do the daily so we can see it a little bit better here. And there it is. You see, we had a first buy down in here. We made a little over 1,200 on that one. We made a little over $2,000 on this one. And then on this one here, we've bought it here and we got out break even, and it's back to it's still at that area. We got out at 67. It's now 3 cents above it. So it's actually the best of any of these from where we were. This was the easy one right here. Went against us a little bit, about 10 cents, and then it had the big run up. But there was the number. See, 550, and the low was 545. So that was a real nice move, and here's where we are right now. But that's what we're watching here so far in this in the soybeans and the wheat and the corn. Soybean meal, another one that looks, oh gosh, this looked so beautiful at one time, and it turned out to be a Dracula. Hold on one second. Not that I have anything against Dracula, but let's get the daily up here for December soybean meal. And we'll see if we can get this done here. Well, we're getting down here near some type of a bottom, folks, but it might not be in my lifetime. This is the daily here. And as you can see here, we're coming down and we're still making lower lows. We made a lower low today, actually. So, and here we are over another full moon. You can see all of these have been broken to the downside. Well, it's not down much. That measures to 86, and so far 81 has been the low. The low today was 81, and it's 84 is the last one. If you blew this up, and you're going to see here what it looks like from the last high that we had. Well, that's the same high right there. Let's do this one. Let's see if that gets us anything to the close level. Oh, yeah, it does. There, that takes you right into that number right now. Son of a gun, I just saw that today. No, it's below. The low here was 80. and we were looking at for to come in at 80. So it's only $1 away, so it could be pretty close. But right now, we got other things, other fish to fry, and that's it. Let's take a quick look. We're waiting for Cy, if he can come on here. Al will take care of us if he can do that. I want to show you the U.S. dollar, folks, because people are saying it's the death of the dollar, and the euro's going to 140 and stuff like that. But look what's happening. This is the same thing we talked about a few days ago. See how we've touched that trend line right here? If we can get above this level, 97.88, it's going to be bullish. This is what we said yesterday. Look how many days we've been up for a rally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th day. Okay, you take your last high, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in that rally. That should have stopped pretty close to the 382. Put it in right there, it went to the 50%. So if we can get it above this level right here, it's going to break this valid trend line, because this thing has been bouncing off these numbers all along. See your 382, see your 382 right here? Boom. That gave you the ABCD to the downside. Now you're 8 days up. That tells you that you're most probably getting ready to have a correction. So if you looked at the euro, which is 53% of that, we'll come up and take a quick look at it. And just take a second and get it up here. And hold on 1 second. There's where we are. Here it is right now. There's a euro coming down, and we said watch for the 382 on this euro. There's where we were. Let's get this out of the way. This is a daily now. This is nothing bearish about this chart, folks. It's been down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, just almost exactly like the dollar. You put your low to your high. Look at your low today, folks. Exactly at the 382, right there. Now, the second thing you'd want to do is go to a 4-hour chart and see if you could find a nice little ABCD, and somebody's already drawn it for us. There it is right there. There's your 382. There's your ABCD coming in right about there on just about the exact number. Let's just draw it in right there. Now this has taken 3 days to do this, so it's a pretty good pattern. And there it comes in right at that level, and that tells us we're probably getting ready to have a little rally here. But at any time this thing collapses from here, in other words, the U.S. dollar takes off and gets above that 98 level, that's going to be a game changer. So that's one of the things that we watch, and that's how, when you're trading gold, you want to find out how close you get when you're trading gold to see that. Now, the other one, of course, has been the British pound. That's been giving us lots of gifts. Not a lot of money, but it's been a very easy trade to do. Get this up here on this. We'll do the hourly chart because it's still heading down today. It's there's where it is right here. See, we were selling it way back here. If you remember, if we looked at that on the long-term weekly, there's where we were looking at it right up there. Now we're down 3 weeks. We're down 2.5 handles, just a little over $1,300. Now let's go down to the hourly chart, and this is what it's been happening as you watch this head down. There's your first retracement was right here. Then you had your second big retracement was right here, okay? That one came in exactly at 50%. Then you came down, you made a new low here, okay? So that means you got to recalculate to see what the next 382 would be. So the first thing you would do, we go to this level right here, draw it in, and there it was yesterday, almost exactly. How close did it come? Wow, it came within 5 or 6 pips, and now we're coming down. We start breaking below here, then it's got a chance to have some more to the downside. But you know the difference between the pound and the euro. The euro is much stronger than the pound. We'll take a little break. 877-927-6648.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, He has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, this is the Russell. Now, we did hit the 289, roughly 290, 289.80, which is 289. It's now trading at roughly 291. So if you did it, you got a $100 loss. Now, what you do is you got to put your stop. You only risk 7 points on that. So you're going to put your stop and put that in here. What right here? We're going to 298, 2298 is what I would risk on that. Now that's the number. There's 95. It could get there, might even get there, but this is a completed pattern. And there's a 786 on the long-term weekly. Remember, the rest of the markets are going crazy to the upside. This one is just making a retracement. It's still in a down. Well, it's not in a downtrend, of course, because there was a savior to the world type trade right here, and there's where we are right now. So right now, that's what I'm looking at. So we'll see if it has a possibility to work or not. We're almost making new highs here in the S&P too. Let's get this up here. You'll be able to see it here. We're very, very close. Now, what I want to do is I want to watch the S&P cash because I don't think it makes a lot of difference because we're right over that time frame to hold on. We've got somebody ringing the bell here. Oh, hold on just a second here. There's where we are. Okay, I think we have Cy on the line right now. Cy, are you there?
Yes, sir, Larry. How are you?
I'm very good. Cy, tell us why you're so bearish in the grains, please.
So, Larry, I started a new company, and what we do is we use machine learning and AI. We take a bunch of data sets. We'll call them features, what moves the markets, right? And what we're seeing, Larry, is perfect weather, big crop out of South America. Yes, you have a dollar that's going down, but if you think the dollar's made a low, that's about the only thing that can save the grain market because you need demand, right? Like the function of the market right now that we see, Larry, is to go unearth that demand. And can you see the chart I'm sharing there, Larry?
I don't know if we can or not, but they say no, so don't worry about it. What I'll do is I'll get it from you and I'll share it with the folks tomorrow. How's that?
That sounds great. But, basically our forecast, Larry, by the end of September, for D's corn could be in the low 330 range. So mid-range is about 374. Yeah. The upper rate, by the end of July, you can see 380 D's corn for us. So it could be pretty nasty if you have a big crop here and you do not see demand come back. So you got to be careful. Great. I mean, it feels like everyone's bearish, but my goodness, the bottom side is 330 D's corn.
Okay, we can see the chart, so that's really good. Now, we have questions from two of our listeners. One is, what effect are the tariffs having on the grain markets? I'm sure you follow that closely. Is it affecting any grains at all, or does it make any difference?
Well, and that's the demand part. I'd say the big thing is China, right? Like if you go look at China soybeans, it's terrible. Like they have bought zero. So. And it is disrupting buying patterns, but the big one is soybeans in China. If they don't come back and we don't do some sort of grain deal, which I don't think we're going to do, because if you look at the other tariffs, like take Vietnam, for example, what Trump did was he sort of alienated China in the Vietnam deal. So I don't see a tariff positivity here just yet.
Okay, the other question we have comes from a farmer out of Michigan, Lower Michigan, and he's saying he doesn't do anything with business like you do. He just basically plants his crop and he doesn't go to the bank. He does everything himself. But how does a farmer? Yeah, good for him is right. Now you treat it as a business. You know exactly what that crop is going to bring in and how to hedge it and how he makes money. How much does a farmer make that say he has 200 acres of corn, and what's his first thing he do? He finds a price that he hedges it at and then work from there?
Well, I'll tell you what they do, what I would do, and I'm a farmer too, is you got to go look at a plan. First thing, right? Like what's your plan? What's your margins? And what I always say is by May 15th, this is a number. If you're farming corn, you should be 60% to 70% hedged. 4 out of 5 years. Only 1 year do you go up. So if all you're doing is selling cash, by May 15th, you should be, because historically what happens is the grain market drifts Jan, Feb, March, it kind of Jan, Feb, March, historically drifts up. You should be selling into that 4 to 5 years. So if you're asking me what's a plan is by May 15th, be 50% hedged somehow. Either cash sold or go to your elevator, buy some puts, do something. Historically speaking, farmers undersell their grain.
Now, you and I have spoken. People don't know that Rich Anderson told me this morning, you were born with a trading card in your mouth. Is that true? You have a family of your uncle and everybody else who traded on the Board of Trade, I guess, at one time, and you were a runner there and stuff?
Oh, heck yeah. They were one of the original members, Bill Fritz Sr. And another Bill, And so, they were all floor traders. I came when I was in high school, was a runner, went to work for them, and then kind of just kept growing from there.
Wow, I know. You've had a tremendous career, and I'm really happy that what you're doing now, because I know you're really happy doing what you're doing. Now, when you had at one time, there was one guy had sugar or something. He had 250,000 acres. Is that guy still around that did all that hedging?
I don't really talk to him much, Larry. What I'm doing now is I'm kind of just focused on our models, so I don't really. So my clients are pretty small. I'm more or less just trading the markets now.
Okay, well, that's great. Well, listen, I want to thank you for being on today, and I'll have you on again in about 3 weeks. And if anything comes up that you change your mind, will you give me a jingle?
10-4, Larry. We'll be in touch.
I certainly, because if a weather pattern does come in, I know you got all kinds of stuff with weather patterns, and I'd like to know what's going on. So thanks for joining us, buddy.
We'll look at the chart. Yeah, thanks,
Okay,
Larry.
You bet. SIME only, folks, and you bet. Okay, let's move on here, and let me get another chart up here. folks, when I put on these trades, sometimes they win, sometimes they don't. But I like this particular trade. Hey, look, I got stopped out of my S&P after having. Well, no, that's not true. We made a lot of money on the move down because that was a big ABCD to the downside after the third. But then it just took off. Let's just see that. There's when I'm. Oh, there. Let me get the chart up. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Just give me a second here, and then we'll be ready to see it. But okay. Whoa, where is it not? Maybe I'm showing the chart here. I better try it differently. Hold on. Is there a screen option? What? I can't get this. Stop screaming. What's wrong? Just a second here. Oh, there, I got it. Just a second, boys and girls. Give me a second here. There's where we want to be. Okay, there's the S&P. Okay, there's where the third had the holiday, the move down right here. Okay, and then, of course, here's where we are now. We have not taken that out as of yet. I don't know if we've done that in the cash S&P or not, but I will check that right now because to me it's important. These numbers, even though it makes a new high, it's not screaming to the up. Well, it's screaming to the upside today because we're up a bit. We'll be right back, folks. Stay with us. 877-927-6648.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, you can see the S&P is now taking out the high. So that pattern looks like it's going to go higher. There's another ABCD pattern in here. We'll draw it in, but I probably, well, I'm not going to say I'm sorry that there's a number right here. It goes to 33, whether that means much or not. But when I put these orders in, folks, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. If you'd have done the cattle trade today, you'd have made, at least $1,600. And that's a big move. Now, I said to sell this at $22.90. It is now up here, right here at $22.92. So you're out basically $100 in this. Your stop's got to be at $22.98. But that's what I'm doing, and sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. I love these patterns. Let's get back to that S&P. You can see here it has made a new high. It's taken out the high from July the 3rd after having the big move down. There's where we are right now. Looking at this on the big picture. Let's weekly. Sorry, folks, to get the weekly up and see it. That don't mean diddly squat on the weekly, because you see you're only just a little bit tiny higher than where you are right now. That is a 3 drive, 1, 2, 3 drive to a top pattern, and I like that pattern. I live and die by it, but that's what it is. Not working now. And now the NASDAQ, believe it or not, and that's been the leader of the pack. It made its high yesterday, the 9th. Okay, now that's on that quick move, and after the 9th, it dropped from 23.11. It came all the way down. It dropped 200 and some handles. There's your ABC to the downside, and so far it's rallying back, and it looks like it's just about the 61% retracement right now of where we are at that level, and there it is right now. So we're just off by a little bit. Yeah, it's actually above it. So anyway, this is probably going to, you might, if you want to, you could go ahead and take off that trade on the, no, leave the order in. 877-927-6648. We'll see you on the flip side tomorrow, folks. May God bless. Live trading tomorrow, 9 to 12.